So often our nation and even our church can feel divided, but this week we see how God seeks to bring people together, even those with opposing viewpoints and personalities. Welcome to Catholic Planner, where we explore concrete ways of encountering God's presence in the week ahead by following our church's calendar of feasts and celebrations. June 29th presents a very unique celebration on our church's calendar. It's the solemnity of Saints Peter and Paul. Now, you might say, if Peter and Paul were such a big deal, why don't they each get their own feast day? After all, if an apostle like Matthias can get his own feast day, why do we put Peter and Paul together? Why do they have to share a day? Well, all of this is done intentionally. Peter and Paul share a solemnity on June 29th because it shows how two people can work together in balance for God's kingdom, even if they disagree about something. From our own New Testament writings, we know that Peter and Paul had different understandings about how to live and interact with Gentiles. In fact, St. Paul tells us in the 2nd chapter of his letter to the Galatians, "And when Peter came to Antioch, I opposed him to his face, because he was clearly wrong." Ouch! But even though Peter and Paul may have had their disagreements about the Gentiles, God still desired to use both of them to build up the early church. Is there someone in my life with whom I disagree? Who might be the Peter to my Paul? This would be an excellent week to offer a brief prayer for that person and ask Peter and Paul both to pray for your relationship with that person. That's your Catholic Planner for this 13th week of Ordinary Time. May this coming week find us courageously living the gospel in new ways. Until then,